So here we are back in our huge 700 and whatever it is, 1,000 odd city. It does go up, it does go down, it fluctuates. And today we are dealing with some of the biggest problems that we have in the city. So as you'll notice, let's just maybe come down here a little bit and take a look. We've got not enough customers, these little blue symbols absolutely everywhere. And these not enough customers symbols appear on commercial buildings. So they're basically not making any money, they're not getting enough customers in to sell their items to. And we're going to get that all over the place. By the way, you'll notice a new little historical button down here in the very latest version update of City Skylines 2, which is, yeah, it took a bit of working to get going, but it is all working now, which is good. Now, what I do want to test, let's maybe just sort of do it from an angle like this where we can see there's a lot of commercial down here with this problem, is we can go into our infographics and we can pick commercial and we can see whether there are actually commercial buildings in the ones that are saying that there's problems. So if we just turn that one off to make it a little bit simpler, and that one, there we go. So the colors we're looking for, if we zoom in up the top here, is if it's vacant, it's black. If it's occupied, it's blue. It's not the best color scheme ever because obviously these are all looking black, but these aren't commercial buildings. These are all residential buildings. I'm hoping at some point Ice Flake Studios are going to make a pass on all the infographic things, but we get the idea perhaps where they are because we can sort of see. I'm just wondering actually, if I put my zoning tab on as well and go to commercial and then have this one on, yeah, it doesn't really make it any clearer, does it? No, because then that's not... actually, it does. Yeah, that's a little bit better because we can see the blue underneath. We'll go with this. We'll make do. So we can see there's a lot of black buildings here where there isn't even any commercial businesses that have moved in, which is a big sign that things aren't balanced well in this city. And that can happen over time. You can build, you can expand, and then after a while you just keep expanding because the the demographics down here, the RCI indicators, will quite often just kick in and say there's demand, there's demand, there's demand, but it doesn't mean that your city is ready to have those things built. I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive. It's just the way the game works at the moment. We can see there's absolutely tons of buildings that are zoned as commercial and are empty. So that, along with the not enough customers, tells me that we need to do something about that. Now, in City Skylines 1, that used to mean either that customers couldn't get there or they didn't have anywhere to sell their goods. But again, from my understanding, it just means that the balance is off. There's not enough customers to buy the goods they're selling. Sometimes we can get an extra bit of information in the city information panel. So if we go down to commercial building, taxes are a positive towards commercial demand. Local demand is a positive. So in areas they are wanting more commercial, but it says there's no unoccupied buildings, which isn't actually true because we've just seen that there's a lot of buildings that don't have anybody in. For instance, let's just take this one here. So there's no company in there. We can see it's empty, available for rent. So I'm wondering whether there's some other issue at play here that's stopping them moving in here, which would be very odd. I'm going to just test something. We have no commercial demand. I'm assuming this is zoned as commercial. Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do is delete these 3 buildings. 1, 2, and 3. Run the game on 3 speed as my FPS tanks through the floor because it's such a big city. And we can see that no more buildings are zoning in, or building on the zone that we have there, which makes absolute sense. That's what we would expect. But basically, what I'm trying to get at with all of this sort of sleuthing and information and check-in is we just need less commercial buildings in the city. We have way too many. So what I'd like to do is sort of make an informed decision as to where I want commercial buildings and where I don't want commercial buildings. Because we've got, we've got some big, let's go like this, we've got some big lots of residential everywhere. So all over the place there's residential, and you've done a good job. So you've got like a big block of residential, you've got a load of commercial in the middle. I would, in this instance here, remove all of this commercial. So as I'm discussing this as we go along, oh, that's an autosave, and I'll quit sip of tea. So yeah, let me just delete all of the commercial in this section here. Oh, I'm just wondering, actually, there might be a quicker way of doing this. Do I have the Move It mod installed? I do. Oh, do I have the Better Bulldoze mod installed? I don't. Okay, we're going to go with the Move It mod here. So we're going to go for marquee selection. We're going to turn all of those off and just have buildings. And then hopefully we can just do something like that. Oh, you can't delete with the Move It mod, can you? Darn it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to restart my game because at the minute it's pretty slow loading with the new update. So I'll just carry on doing this. Okay, there we go. So if we just go back into this view, so we've got a nice load of commercial in here, which should be, I mean, I've got to be honest, even what's in here is a lot for the people that are living here. So I think we might just take some of these outskirts ones away as well. Okay, there we go. I may even remove some of this, but the upshot of all of this is it's going to give us a lot more space for putting in any other residential, because I do still want to get the city up to 1 million if we can and have it balanced, which would be great. Again, there's a whole load of commercial over here. I think what's dotted around in here is absolutely plenty, so I'm just going to mass delete this whole area here. Okay, I think we've got everything there, so I'm going to leave what's in there. That's probably not too bad. It's a nice place to have shops. We've got the train station and all sorts of things going on, which is good. Lots of offices, lots of residential, and then just a couple of little pockets of commercial. Again, a little pocket of commercial. So what we've got, I mean, there still might be a lot up there. I'll leave it for now. We'll see how we go. This section down here, I mean, we've got a lot of residential living in here. All of this is way too much commercial. I think we're going to get down to like half of what we've got in here. Maybe take a big chunk off the inside and just leave a few around the outside. I'm still looking at this and thinking there's a lot of commercial in there, but we'll leave that for now and see what we're going to do. Let's continue down this side of the river. So you've got a little bit in there, you've got some residential in there, you've got a big swathe of commercial up there, and then absolutely tons of it in here, and then it just goes nuts up there. So what I might just do here is, again, I think I'm just going to take the center lot out of all of this and keep the larger buildings around the outside. And I'm thinking about just removing all of this as well. I'm going to be brutal. We can always add more back in. But at the minute, yeah, we've just got way too much. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot more residential in there, definitely. We've got a bit of commercial around here. I'll do the other side of the river in a minute. Oh, another autosave. Couple of little bits of commercial in here, which to me would be plenty for what we've got. This, again, is just absolutely way too much. So I'm going to just take out, I think, everything inside this section here. There we go. Wow, that is a huge swathe of commercial gone. And I still think there's too much here, you know, for what we've got. But I just want to take out this whole little section at the end here. I've just got to do it. I think we've got all of just a few little zones to remove. Need to get rid of all these little bits. I mean, we are going to be coming back and rezoning this at some point, but we don't want anything growing in, because in a minute I'm going to have to just let the city run and see what happens. What I want to see is everything balancing out. I still think there's too much here, but I'm going to just leave some. So that's that side of the river. Oh, that is just all a complete disaster. That is a load of commercial right in the middle of an industrial estate that no one's ever going to go to. So yeah, all that's gone. Oh, another autosave, jumpy jump. That's all done. This is, you've got a couple of little bits there, maybe too much in the middle here. Yeah, that'll be okay. Let's get that back on, and then we're back round to where we started, aren't we then? Yeah, so we've got a load of office in there, a couple of bits. So this area up here, wasn't it? That's all a bit of a mess. What have we got? We just got commercial, 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 commercial. It's just like huge swathes of commercial, barely any housing. But unfortunately, the housing we have got is beset by pollution from everything that's going on down here. But I do think oh dear, I just want to like delete this entire area here. Everything from there this way, I think I'm just going to delete. Wow, this is a lot. I don't know what the population's going to be by the time this all finishes. Although, funnily enough, we are still growing and got more people moving in, even though I'm just deleting stuff. Although, other than the odd couple of houses, I think this is probably the most residential I'll be deleting. But they were all complaining about pollution anyway, so this wasn't a good spot for them. And what's interesting, while you're going around deleting this, you see how little services there are. Okay, there's a service building. I think it's just parking in there, but there's not a huge amount of parks and services and things like that around the place. So yeah, something definitely to have a look at when we start building all this back up again. Nope. 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 Ah! And what a weird place for one of these. That's really not going to be helping with noise pollution and things like that. Yep, that's going to go. So all of you that commented right at the beginning of the series saying, man, I just delete all of that and start again. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this. There is something quite therapeutic about doing this, I have to say. One of the other things that's been balanced in this new updated patch as well is the school system. So we know that the way it's been so far has been a ridiculous amount of nope, don't want to delete that. Elementary schools everywhere, and that is now not the case. It's all been balanced out much better. Whoa, how much of this are we taking out? Yeah, it was just going to be all of this up here, wasn't it? So let's just make sure there's no zoning, although somehow we've got some zoning outside there. I think we've done everything that we need to round here. Wow, that was a huge amount of deletion. So what I want to do now is just run this city as fast as I can, see how the demand goes, the money, everybody moving in. What is our... Oh, this is all a little bit smaller down here, isn't it? Just noticed that's a new option as well. Our taxation is reasonably low on everything, to be honest. So, yeah, let's just let this run and we'll come back and see what happens. And then we're going to start tackling what is a very similar problem, the high resource cost. So, we'll talk about that after we've run this for a bit. Okay, it's just been a few moments and we're starting to see some of the demand for our commercial come back, and we have a look. There we go. There's local demand, taxes are good, still no unoccupied buildings. Well, we know about that. And if we look at an area, for instance, let's just pause and press the right keys and move over here. Well, I can't seem to move. Yes, I can. There we go. So here we go. We know that there's some commercial along here. Yeah, there's a little bit here, and we're basically waiting to see. There we go. So all of these are now occupied. These are all occupied. Yeah, all the zoning for commercial is occupied. So that's good. So that's the first stage of what I'm looking for. The next one is for these to start to go. These not enough customer symbols as things start to balance out. We have been losing customers. We're nearly up to 700,020 and whatever the English way of saying numbers is. So let's just have a quick look over here as well. Yeah, so maybe a few in here. Let's just put our zoning on again so we can see. That's a school or something. So pretty much everything is now filled up. That's residential. So yeah, looking very good. So what I might just do in some of these little areas here is pop in some zoning that really fits in with what we're looking for. So I'm just going to go for a basic. We've got Southwest. What could we go for? UK, EE. It's got to be low density. So one of these. It really doesn't matter. So I think I'm just going to pick one. We'll go with that. And I'll just zone a whole load of this in out here. There we go. And we'll let that fill in. And as this goes down, we'll follow the zoning, the demand I should say, and fill things in. And hopefully we're starting to balance stuff, which is very, very exciting. And while we've got all these new people moving in and our population going up, one of the things you won't see anymore in the new update is people jumping in hordes of taxis to head into your city. They'll now drive, they'll walk, they'll take mass transit. Hopefully not walk, because that'll be a long way to come. But you know what I mean. They do anything other than fill your cities with yellow taxis, which is fantastic. So a quick aside while we're doing this, with all these people moving in, we are getting a lot of traffic through the place, which is obviously something that we want to fix up. I'm just sort of taking a look to see if we can just help keep this moving along here. And it looks to me like we've just got this lane coming in and nothing else helping them out. So I'm going to grab that road and we're going to change that to a 3-lane and upgrade that. So now we're going to get... yeah, an extra lane for them to come down. Doesn't look like it's quite connected correctly, but it will do. I could do that even further, like that'd probably be okay. And hopefully, I mean, they've still got to merge in, but hopefully that will help. Whoa, jumpy, jumpy through there. Where are they all coming from? Yeah, they're all coming from roads that go outside the city. We've just got a lot of traffic going through here as well. I mean, it's not... oh, good grief. Stop jumping around, game, please. It's not too bad once we get into the new junctions we've set up. Let's just follow this back a bit here. So many shadows from the trees. Yeah, it's just a little bit slow. I don't know what that is there. Do we need that? We've got a roundabout there for a turnaround. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that might have messed something up, perhaps. You're not complaining? No. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go underground and delete. It's not actually connected to anything, so yeah, we can delete all of that. Yeah, it's just a bit slow because of the amount of traffic, but I think once that gets running and gets moving through here, that'll be okay. And look, this is going down already on the top here, which is good. So it's just this down here. I mean, it is... we've got a farm overhanging that. Yeah, it's gone down to 2 lanes to go back to 3 lanes because of this extra one going off, which is causing a lot of merging and stuff here again. I mean, it does always depend on the amount of traffic you've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that for a lane going off, and then we can just keep this at 3 lanes all the way along here. So anybody going through can just carry on, which then does mean that we need this to be 4 lanes. So we've got the 3, plus we've got the extra 1, and then we'll go 4 down to 3 again. If I do it like that, I want to go actually further up a bit higher. So the merge lane is at the top. And that one has put a merge lane at the bottom. What's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is this so winky wonky? What's going on? There we go. That's what we want. The merge lane at the top. Please continue. So that should help with all of that traffic there. Let's just keep an eye on... whoa, man, the game's jumpy, jumpy. Let's keep an eye on this road down here and see what happens. Oh, wow. Look at that. That took barely any time at all. Let's just have a look. This is all clear. That's all clear. And this is going through. We know it will because that's all gone down. Let's just have another quick look at what's happening here. So this is one of those inbuilt roundabout situations that really just annoy me because They just never seem to work as well as they should. But I think once all this has gone through, because it was such a huge amount of traffic, it should then run okay. Let's just let this churn away for a sec. And there we go. Didn't take very long at all. So that is something worth remembering. Quite often that people will make drastic changes to their road network and all sorts of stuff and say, oh, my cars are still not working. The last minute lane changes, the doobie-doo, the thingy thing, not working. That's technical terms there. You may use them if you wish. But really, you just need to try and give them other options and just give it a bit of time. And if you do it right, it works. There we go. Look at that. It takes practice, but yeah. Good. Right, so I don't know what the end of that sentence was. Takes practice. So get good. No, that wasn't the end of that sentence. it just takes practice. So I need more practice at these not enough customers things. We've still got, let's just take a look. So it's still a case of not making a huge amount of money, and that's why they're complaining. It might be that I just have to delete all the ones that are complaining, not enough customers, and then build it up again, because we do have demand back, and we've got demand for high residential and all sorts of things, and that might be the solution for this. So if I leave, whoops, that's below ground. If I leave these places zoned as they are, look, we're going to get people coming back in again. Let's do a test. We'll just do the ones here that are complaining. Sorry, do not complain in Biffers City. You know what it's going to get you. And then we'll see what happens when ones grow back, and then we'll let it run a bit. It might just be that that's the way to do it, that they're, you know, the way the simulation's working. I'm just sort of looking to see if there's anything else in this area. Yeah, we've got a few here. Ah, right, okay. So these are exactly the same ones that just got deleted, and they're already complaining. That just sounds a little bit odd to me. These ones aren't. I think, to me, that is still saying that overall there's a limit that our city needs as it stands for commercial, and as soon as we've got too much, it straight away says that's too much and we haven't got enough customers. There must be like a figure somewhere of, with this amount of customers, with that amount of money to spend, those age demographics, this is how much commercial you need. I'm just going to do all the way along up to this airport, remove all of these ones, and then we'll just see what happens. And there might be a few accidental casualties along the way. sorry if I deleted you by mistake. Right, so we're still getting ones popping back in again with that same problem, which to me is very, very odd, but I think we've got more of an understanding. I just think I need to remove more commercial, although once I've deleted them a couple of times, they don't seem to come back with the same problem. I feel like we've turned this into a game of whack-a-mole. Yeah, we've got another one. Yeah, it does almost seem like it's sort of doing a count and going, nah, there's too many. We need that one to complain. I think we might have got it, you know. I think we might have got it in this area, apart from these ones, which weren't complaining before, but now I'm deleting the ones next to them by mistake. Okay. We're going to go with that. So I think what I'm going to do is work my way around. Do you know what would be good is when you're deleting is if you don't see all these other things popping up as well in your face, which makes it really difficult to do what you're trying to do. Yeah, so I'm going to go around and I'm just going to get rid of all of the ones that are saying not enough customers, because it'll probably take me 5 or 10 minutes to do that. And then if it's still got some popping up saying that, which I think it will, I'm then going to just go on a mad hunt and just delete a whole load of commercial again. And good luck to you, everybody. If you're in the commercial business, Biffer's Banhammer is getting warmed up. I think I need like a new tagline on my channel. Biffer, finding out the inner workings of City Skylines 2 by spending all of his waking hours deleting buildings, rebuilding them, letting them grow again, seeing what the error is, deleting them again, so you don't have to. There you go. If there's like some way of making that tagline a little bit smaller, let me know in the comments below. Oh, you'll have to take my word for it. I just deleted a building here, but this, oh, it was that one there, I think. But this one here had the symbol, and the symbol disappeared. That's the first one I've seen. Whether it was because I had the hovering bulldozer of doom over his building, but if not, that is the first time I've seen a symbol disappear. So let's have a look whether their profits are going down on that one. Yeah. But that's good. That's positive. I'll just turn it back around this way again so I know what I'm doing. That is definitely positive. We've got up to almost 730,000, and I have been a bit brutal with some of my commercial maneuverings again. So yeah, I'll be back with you in a minute, see how things are going. And the even better sign that we're heading the right way now is if I delete some of these, let's do some of these all in the same area, that when they do spawn back in again, because we do have demand, they're not immediately popping up with that problem again. I don't think that was one I deleted before, was it? So we just keep an eye on these few here. Yeah, I think if those ones were going to get the symbol, they would have done it by now. That one has. Darn it. Well, it's a lot less than it was. Let me put it that way. I'm going to just remove, I don't know, a little bit more commercial. Right, so we're at the point now where I think I've removed enough of the commercial to not be going around doing it again. We've had a lot grow in. We've got demands all over the place. We've definitely made a huge difference to what's going on in the city. We'll come back to this high resource cost one. We've got some traffic. We've got a little bit of pollution, which is going down now. We've sorted that. A little bit of a fire. I'm not too worried about that. Oh, backed up sewer. That is probably what the problem is. I'll just sort that out before what I'm going to do now, which is just leave this game to run. I've got some stuff to do for a couple of hours. I'm just going to put it on speed 3 and just leave it, and we'll come back and see what it does. We're on October 2028. I don't know how fast the sim will go, but we'll just have to leave it. What I tend to find works really well is just sort of coming out like this and just zooming it a piece. I've got over 60 FPS now just doing that. So if I just run that, my CPU is at 75 to 80%. My GPU is only at 27%, so that's good. So I'm just going to leave that going, and I'll be back with you in a couple of hours. For me, like 2 seconds for you. Okay, bit of an update. We're back. It's been, for me, about 2.5 hours. Let's see what's going on. Oh dear. What date are we? March 2029. Almost 770,000 population. We're definitely past 750,000 for good. That's including the death wave that we got going on. Good grief. Let's just take a bit of a gander. Healthcare crematorium availability is just too low. So I think maybe I just need to pop a few, that's not the crematorium tab, here we go, a few crematoriums around. What's probably the best one to go for? 50, 20, 18 Hertz is this one. I'm going to just pop a few of these around the place, and hopefully if I can, what I'll do as well is I'll make sure that I'll set these up to have operating districts. That's like the whole thing. Surely there we go, there's a small one in there, we'll get that. Just to do all of this, and then I'll do upgrade. What's that one going to do? Additional space for hearses, yes please. Yeah, let me just pop some of these around. Well, this has certainly been an epic fix, I have to say, and I left the game running all of yesterday. I was in and out of the office doing different things. I'll put it on pause at the minute because I want to show you something, and it was just, it was absolutely nuts. I was actually quite glad I could get my game loading, because it's just been after the new PDX Mods update thing, and some people just can't load their saves, but this is like a very trimmed down mod collection for traffic fixing. And we'll come out of this view and see what we've got. The death wave has finished. The population during the day has been going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. We can see we've got a big drop now. In a minute, that'll go up again. It's it seems to be that what we've got here as a base for our city is about 770,000, and it will just bounce up to that and down from that. What we do have is a lot of traffic, because if we just go over here and have a look at this, there's like 1,000,001 hearses going out and back and all that sort of thing. And in between, I think we're just going to try and help some of these here. In between some of the over the day is what I'm trying to say. Let me get my words in order. I had to like add in even more hearses because it was just not enough what I had in. Even more crematoriums. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. What is that road there? Yeah, that's the same. We'll add a asymmetric there. We'll add an asymmetric there. We might as well put an asymmetric here. All the add one lane group out there. That was just auto save. That should solve it. The traffic lights, I'm going to assume, are just vanilla. Oh, they're already split phasing. We don't need a pedestrian phase. And we've got all the pedestrians crossing here, but we've actually got some of these over here. So let's grab one of those and pop that down there. And then we've got crossing down there. Yeah, excellent. So I do whatever I can to try and take the crossings away from a junction, because they just cause more problems than they're worth. But we've got this one over here. They can... Oh, yeah. Couldn't see the... Oh, there's the stairs. I couldn't see the stairs because of the zoning. That one they can cross over there. This one they can cross there. Hopefully, if we just speed this little doobie up, they'll all think about the new roads that we've got. And that should go down. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, so we seem to be having that problem here where there are still people that are going to cross the road. I can see you. I mean, the traffic has gone down that way. It's getting worse going this way. It's getting worse going that way. So I think what we're going to do is something a little bit different. I'm just going to pause the game while I do this. I'm going to put the... I need to put Anarchy on. I'm going to put the crossings... Whoa, 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 don't do that for me. I'm going to put the crossings back in here. And then for the traffic lights, we are going to have an exclusive pedestrian phase, and it's just going to be one. So they shouldn't cross at all. I'm also going to just remove, which I should have done this before and I didn't, remove U-turns, remove unsafe, and just make that a little bit better. And I just tend to go into the traffic lights just to double check. Yeah. So that should work okay, even though I'm going to leave these crossings down here because obviously some people are using them. Nobody's using that one. Yeah, some people are using them. Believe me, I've seen them. So let's just keep an eye on all of that traffic going up there, and then we'll check this direction as well, just to see whether that has made enough of a difference. I really hope so. Do you know what I think it is? I think there's two roads that have been crammed together here, and there's an extra hidden crossing that we can't see. I bet that's what's happened. If I go to delete this, because you know Anarchy's been used to build it because there's things overlapping, and oh, that was me. Sorry about that. Let's just move that out of the way. I think there's something extra in there, and it's like overlapping. So the way of just solving that quickly and simply is just delete that. And then we're going to put that road back in again. So we know it was one of those. We'll just pop that straight into there. There we go. Excellent. And then we'll just doubly make sure that we remember to remove all the U-turns and the unsafe, because that gets reset. And that is completely blank. Well, that's good. Let's try that again. We'll go for this one, we'll go for that one. Oh, it's probably pedestrian phase, isn't it? So split phasing, pedestrian phase, blah, blah, blah. And I bet now, once we get the last couple that go across that have been a little bit naughty and all the cars reset themselves, I bet that works much, much better. Let's find out. Just checking you saw the flying car as well. It wasn't just me, was it? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Thank you. Carry on. I'm not quite sure why there were flying cars there. Probably some use of anarchy to put these roads in and different things. But look at that. There we go. Traffic has completely gone down. I think we basically took away most of the people that are crossing when they shouldn't. And that was enough just to solve that problem there, which was great. So next on the list is going to be all the high resource cost ones, and we did try and sort of tackle that last time by putting in more oil fields, more trees, more farms, more forestry, all that sort of thing. But I'm interested to see which thing. So that's wood, that's stone, that's stone, that's stone. I don't think we put enough in, have we? Stone, stone, wood, and we can check that if we go to... no, this one here, I was right in the first place. It's small. I need to make these a little bit bigger. Yes, me eyes. Go to production. Yeah, so we've still got a deficit on the wood that we need. Now, there's two ways, again, of handling this. One of them is going to be put in more wood, put in more grain, put in more chickens, put in more carrots, and all the rest of it. Let's have a look. The stone isn't too bad. Or... the other solution is to remove a lot of the industry, because I again think it's very, very unbalanced. We've got so much industry, and I think that is what the problem is. So I think I'm just going to pick an area and just going to mass delete. I'm going to just like mass delete all of this that's in here first of all. Yeah, just a quick look. So that industry's all gone. All of this industry has all gone. And at the other end of the city, all of this industry is all gone. So now it's one of those times where I'm just going to go and grab another bite to eat because it's the next day. And I'm just going to let this run and we can see what happens. Right, we've got to that point in a city's life where things are becoming more balanced. And I know that because we're getting demand back again. I've literally just put some medium housing down here to zone in. So we've just lost the medium and the high. We've got industry. I've removed another whole swathe of industry. And I've been able to fill all of this in. So we've got load of low density, medium density, all sorts of different types of housing. I straightened up the roads a little bit. We've got some more commercial, some more offices, and we're heading towards 800,000 people in this city, which is absolutely brilliant. The biggest problem that is left now is this. There are so many people trying to move in that the traffic is just absolutely intense. So make sure you subscribe, that you're back here for the next episode, because I think that's going to be the final one. We've got so many spaces left now from all the industry that's been removed and all the balancing we've done that I am determined to build this city up to 1 million citizens and have it work properly as well. I'm a little bit worried about all the hearses heading out, but we'll look at that next time. Thanks very much for joining us. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one and subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you all soon. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.